was born in Chicago, growing up in a really small one-bedroom apartment. When I was 6 years old, my uncle, who is a violist, would come visit us quite often. He would always be playing this crazy sounding instrument in the living room. And I remember asking my mom, I really want to play that. What is that? When I was 7, my mom brought home kind of a cardboard box with a little paper towel dispenser, that kind of fake violin. And she was like, here, you can start. My name is Danny Koo. I'm currently a second-year master's student in violin performance at the New England Conservatory. I've been here for my undergrad and my master's, and hopefully I'll be staying for another year for GD. I remember really wanting to go to NEC because as soon as I stepped in the door, the vibe is so great. The teachers at NEC are completely selfless, and they're not only your teachers, but they really become your mentors. After 6 years of being at NEC, I feel like I've gained so many different perspectives of how to look at music, how to breathe music, how to learn music. Right now, in particular, I'm studying with Don Weilerstein and Soovin Kim. To make a comparison, Mr. Weilerstein would be my Yoda, and Soovin Kim would be my Obi-Wan-Kenobi, and therefore, I'm the Jedi Padawan, I'm Luke Skywalker. Personally, I try to practice at least 4 hours a day, and this is without chamber music. And so it's 4 hours plus maybe 2 hours of rehearsing, and then maybe there's a coaching or a lesson. And just say there's orchestra in the morning, that's another 3 hours. It's just music all day.
Danny has a particular enthusiasm and energy. What makes him really special, though, is not just the amount of energy and enthusiasm and love for music, the passion, but the combination of that with a seriousness of purpose. That's what makes it particularly rewarding to work with him.
The summer before my senior year of high school, I remember having kind of a stern talk with my parents, telling them that I really want to study violin. Well, my parents, knowing that my uncle kind of had a tough time making a living in music, they were definitely very hesitant. They wanted me to go into science or, med school or become a lawyer. And I remember my dad sitting me down and he was like, are you sure you want to go into this? This is really difficult to do. And the deal was, okay, you just audition, but you need to make sure that you get scholarship, because if you don't, we're not going to be able to fund you.
The cost of education in general has become really prohibitive. In the landscape of music conservatories, scholarship has become absolutely critical to each student's decision about where they're going to go to school.
When I got word of the scholarship, of course, I was on cloud 9. It was a rainy day, and I see this envelope, and it's pretty thick. And so at that point, I knew I was in, but my heart was still pounding because I needed to see the money, and that was also a very important factor. And I remember seeing the scholarship and I was like, finally let out a sigh of relief because I knew I could attend this school.
NEC is in a very enviable position right now of being really a top destination for the most talented students in the country and in the world. But in order to maintain that level, it's going to constantly require generous scholarships to help those students who are in need.
My best friend, he just got a principal viola position. I have another friend who's doing artist diploma right now, and these students, I know for a fact, if they didn't get scholarship from NEC, they would not be here. A lot of people wouldn't be here without scholarship. As Bernstein said, as musicians, the best thing we can do is kind of heal the souls that come into the concert hall, that are wanting to be freed and wanting to be taken to another place. And as musicians, that is what we strive to do. We strive to make our listeners experience their innermost feelings, experience things that they haven't experienced before. All the support that we've received, we're able to give back to as many people as we can. To these people who are kind enough and generous enough to support NEC, I would like to tell them that they're not only supporting students, but they're supporting people who are striving to make the world really a better place.